While I'm working on that Proteus for Fantastic Voyage, I'm also printing off some parts for Star Trek Voyager. So the other starships that I'd done, I printed all in white and then painted them afterwards. So this time I'm going to have a go at using the Kobra 3 Max to actually do this whole ship in color as a print. So this is just the nacelle section at the moment. So right now I've done these pieces here, but I'm working on these bits of the nacelle. So you can see how I've used the software to shade them in, and I'm hoping that'll give me a much better result than trying to use a paintbrush to get into all those cracks. Well, we'll see how it works out. So right now, there's the smaller pieces that I've already printed off, and there's those large bits of the engines. That's got another 9 hours of printing to go. So using mainly King Rune silver, we'll see how it looks when it's finished. Oh, engines are finished for the Voyager. Let's have a look. So here they are on the bed. So I'm going to break them off, get rid of these supports, clean it up, and I'll show you what it looks like once I got all this extra muck off them. Okay, so Voyager update. Let's see, here's one of the nacelles with the support still on it. Pulled the supports off one of them, and haven't done any filing on it yet. The only thing did not like is, look at the bottom of that. It's going to need a bit of filling and sand in there, because that's the way it was printed, that way down. This blue piece is just part of the trim that's going to push into that groove. Let me just pull that off there, so you can see how that looked. So yeah, so it printed down there with supports, and yeah, a lot of stringing, and yeah, very rough looking bottom layer to that. So yeah, fill in sand, but might do something else. So while I was finishing the print on the nacelles and doing a few coasters as well on this thing, came around to the slicer, and the slicer actually reported a firmware update. So I updated the firmware, and then the slicer actually had an update for the software itself, updated itself, and then when it came back, I had all these new layer height profiles. So I don't know if you recall me saying before, all we had was the 0.2 millimeter profile up until then, which from the FDM printing side of things, I tend to call that draft. It's not the best, and I normally use about a 0.1 with my Anycubic Neptune 3 and 4 Max, and I think a 1.2, oh sorry, a 0.12 on my Sunloo. So it's very nice to see these new layers come in. So my next print then was to move on to the top section of the saucer. So you can see here where I've gone in, I've colored it. There's the bottom section next to it as well, which I'll tackle next. So lined this thing up, sliced it using this new 0.08 millimeter layer height, and it's come out as a bit of a monster print. If I go to preview, if it's going to let me switch over, because I've been fiddling with it, might take a while. Now I'm re-slicing it because I've been fiddling with it. Anyway, it comes a big print now because of all the extra layers. So let me take you over to the printer itself. So if I look on the display, you can see there's 785 different layers. It's using a lot of colors, and it gave me a time estimate of over 4 days. So this has been running today. It's 26.74% complete. So either there's going to be a lot of color changes later on which will slow it down, or it's going to beat that 4-day estimate by a chunk. But if you look at the quality of this, it's looking very nice. Like I said, that's the 0.08mm layer height. I'm using Kingroon silver for the majority of it, and then a mixture of all different filaments for the various colors. But it's looking very smooth, very nice. I haven't had any stoppages yet, no filament breaks. I'm probably cursed myself by saying that. But yeah, nothing stopped it yet. So I'm about to go to bed because we're up to layer 100 of that 785. So it's made some good progress. I'll get a night's sleep, wake up in the morning and see how it's looking. Let me take you back over here to the software for a second. So yeah, as you can see, I can take the slider down on the side here so you can see how the infill works. So we're down 95, 96, 97, 100. So we're at this point here, and kind of hoping that things will accelerate as it goes upwards, because the size of the saucer contracts as it goes on. But there are, I say, lots of windows and other pieces that are all color changes. So we'll see how it goes. But here's the time estimates. You see, total time, it's saying 4 days, 8 hours, 52 minutes. But you know, it's only been printing today, and it's saying it's over 26% done. So it'll be interesting to see what time it really comes up with. Here's the workbench screen, and there you go, confirming the 26% there. It's giving it an estimate of 99 hours, 29 minutes up there. Down here though, it's saying 76 hours and 32 minutes left. So yeah, we'll see. But so far so good. The new firmware seems to be working well. Did notice on the first layer it was a lot smoother with this firmware update, and a lot of people on the groups have been reporting that as well. So that's always nice. But yeah, everything else seems to be going good. There is another update to the slicer that came out today, but of course I can't update the slicer until I'm finished with this. It won't get me anywhere, so I'm just going to wait till this part finishes, and then I'll update the slicer to the new one, and then slice the lower section and see how those go. And the big question is, of course, shall I reprint the nacelles with a 0.08 layer and see if that fixes this rough finish, because these are going to be sticking outward. They're going to be very visible, so I'm not too happy about that. Of course, another option might be to try and reorientate the print, perhaps print the nacelles that way with supports, and see if that makes it look better. Decisions. Anyway, I'm heading off to bed, so I'm going to leave this thing going, and I'll give you all an update tomorrow.